What's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on Footmind Kier, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Memphis Dynasty here on NCAA Football 2012. We might do a little bit of a double header here, man. Trying to continue the momentum that we got. Y'all already know we got that first win in that last episode, so I'm trying to, propel ourselves into a good position, man, to where we can put ourselves in a good spot to go to a bowl game in year number one, which would be a really big accomplishment for our team, considering we are not that good of a football team, right? So first, we got to take care of business against FCS. Gonna try to get this home crowd going because we have not won a single home game yet in this entire season. We're gonna see if we can change that around. So make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well if you had to be brand new to the channel. But we are actually struggling here early, down 3-0. Gonna need a play from our quarterback, and we're actually gonna get one, finding Tristan Hale into the end zone. Touchdown, Memphis, and how about that to get us going to start this episode, man. FCS Southeast, who doesn't even bother to have an actual logo on their helmets. You want to talk about a poverty school? That is a poverty school right there, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to try to put the hurt on them throughout this game. But FCS, they are playing tough early. We're still only up by a few points midway through the second quarter. But Rich is going to go ahead. He's going to look over the middle of the field. Throws a strike into the end zone. Touchdown, Memphis. And Jesse Richards, he is absolutely feeling himself today. He's going to get his second passing touchdown of the first half. That puts us up 17-6. And then when we get into that 2-minute drill, got to take advantage here. Richards going to put him in a 5-wide set. Going to look downfield, and look at Kid make a move on the outside. Able to get away from a defender. So that's going to be a touchdown for us. But it also makes me realize this might be the first and last time that we will play an FCS school, because look at this cut. There is no way that 25 should not have made that tackle. He absolutely should have brought him in. And yeah, it was way too easy for us in this game, it seems like. So something that we'll definitely have to look into in future seasons, if of course we do more than one season. But Scott is going to get his first interception of the season, and we get an additional possession to work with, as we still have a minute 27 left to play, and we got all of our timeouts. Nice job running side by side, making sure that pass does not go anywhere. And now a chance for us to extend our lead further. Rich is going to go ahead, going to set up the screen. Douglas gets to the outside and runs away from the secondary. Touchdown, Memphis. That's another one on the board, baby. We put up 31 in the first half. Y'all thought we looked good in the Arkansas State game. Oh, baby, we look good in this game, too. You absolutely love to see it. 31-6 being your score. I really love what I'm seeing right now. Getting a lot out of our offense. And we'll see if we can get something out of Atkinson, too. There's been a lot of the receivers doing some work. But Atkinson can do something too, as he is going to run all the way into the end zone. And again, we just have compared to FCS Southeast, we got ourselves some athletes out there on the perimeter. And Atkinson definitely looking like an athlete. Just a speed to pull away from these defenders. That could have very easily have been a loss, but we were still able to run away with it. And it's going to be a big win for our team. Even get an Xbox Live achievement, unstoppable. I believe that's what happens whenever you go get a, whenever you beat someone in Heisman mode by 30+. And we were able to get our backups in for the fourth quarter, able to see what they're capable of. But Jesse Richards had a very efficient day. 326 for 5 touchdowns, 14 for 22 on the day. Marcus Mason also got some action as well, 6 for 13, 91 yards, and a score to go with it. Plus, we almost got a 100-yard rusher. Mike Turner, he was in our backfield. He had 93 yards on this game. No one else really had an elite rushing day, but we were able to establish that run game. I think we're more of a pass-happy offense while we're trying to establish our offensive line a little bit, which we will need to address going forward. Need to get some hog mollies so that we can push pockets, so that we can move forward on the ground game, because we're a little bit more of a finesse team than what I want to be going into the rest of this series. So again, something that I got to work on, but defense, they played incredible today. Only allowed one defensive touchdown the entire time, and that was when we had our backups in, so I don't even count that. Also got a few sacks. Anton Curtis had a couple sacks. Pat Taylor got a sack as well. That was his only tackle. And of course, not to mention Zach Scott getting our first interception, our first legit turnover, because what we got against Mississippi State, that was a little bit of a fluke for sure. But I wanted to take this time to go and check in on a little bit of a recruiting update, because we are starting to get to the point where a few of our key guys that we're going after are ready for visits. And one of those guys is Andre Gray. He's a three-star quarterback from Montreal, Georgia. But right now, Vanderbilt, they got a beat on him in a big way. We're the only other school that's offered him a scholarship, but unless we go ahead, we get a quick visit in and get it in quickly, we're gonna lose out on him, as he's gonna go to the SEC instead. So we're gonna go ahead, give him a visit, try to shoot for an early visit when the opportunity goes ahead and presents itself. We will do that at some point in this phone call. We'll probably actually do that right here, right now. We'll schedule that visit for him here. Couple of options we could do. We could do SMU, Eastern Carolina, the bye week, but I'm thinking our best home game that we got going on is this SMU game. So first visit, going to be a huge visit for us to try and impress Andre Gray and maybe close this gap a little bit. But a reason why I chose this particular visit is because SMU, you know, we're opening up in conference play, and this SMU squad looks pretty legit. B+ overall squad, B+ offense, B defense. We're, of course, still where we are right now, D+, D+D. SMU is going to test us. They are really going to test us in ways that we have not really been tested before, besides that maybe that Mississippi State game, but they just don't have the same recognition, given that, you know, it's Conference USA versus the SEC, right? Their only loss actually is to Texas A&M on the road, and they were able to score touchdowns, whereas our Mississippi State game, we technically didn't score a touchdown. Our defense actually had to do it for us, but Jesse Richards, he's having a good year right now. 8 touchdowns, no interceptions, but we'll see what we can do here, man. We're riding a 2-game winning streak, and we'll see if we have what it takes here to go ahead, beat SMU. This will be a huge upset for us. We'll see if we can make it happen on this football field. Let's get it in for game number 2. Alright boys, so we are back with a little bit more game action here, and not really the start that I'm looking for, to be honest, because SMU, they already got the football inside the 5-yard line. We end up going 3 and out on our very first possession of the game, and not only that, SMU almost took it all the way back to the grib, so special teams not really doing any favors for us right now, as we're going to see a broken tackle on the outside, and that ends up being the ultimate difference. So SMU, they're going to score first, and you saw some of that high-powered offense down at the goal line. We did our best, but tackling being an issue for us, that's going to be a problem moving forward. So now our offense is going to have to respond. We got to get some points of our own. If we don't turn this into a track meet, we're going to straight up get run out of the field like we did in that Mississippi State game that we initially had. So we need our guys to focus up here. 1st and 10, gonna go over the middle. We find Pittman. Pittman's now turning into a foot race. Better get it into the end zone. Yes, sir, baby. No flags on the field, and we will knot it up against SMU. Stop playing with us, man. We like that. We is like that. I mean, Richards Gotta give credit to him. He had some time in the pocket, made a good decision, and used a blocker on the outside. That perimeter receiver able to run away just long enough to make that touchdown happen. So we're actually all knotted up. We're playing some solid ball, but really the key to this game is we got to get some stops from our defense. It don't matter how many points we score if we can't stop the other team, and we are struggling to stop that other team. That could have been a touchdown if he didn't went out of bounds. We were very fortunate there, but instead it's going to be a 1st and 10, and Blake Williams going to throw over the middle. That's a first down for him. Oh my, is that a dot? And not only does he get that dot to go in for a completion, we also get called for, no, actually it's a clipping penalty, so actually it's going to knock him back a little bit. So now 1st and 12 instead of 1st and 10, and it don't even matter. Very next play, they are going to actually run it into the end zone. Again, tackling being an issue, trying to rally to the football. I mean, this should have been a first down, sure, I'll give him that, but gotta be able to get somebody on the football. We did not do that whatsoever. And SMU, after a failed drive by us, they're looking to extend this lead. Gotta get some pressure on Blake Williams. Do a little bit that time. But how does that pass get through? Our safety was right there. You gotta pay attention to the football, my guy. I don't know how you're celebrating because you just got mossed, my G. Instead, up to the 35-yard line. But hell, no, it's Tate. Tate's going to get the interception. Oh, follow your blocks, big fella. Run, baby. Run. Oh, is this going to be taken back to the crib? You better not get caught. You better not get caught. He does. Oh, that could have been a pick 6. We really could have used that. But we do get it inside the 1-yard line. How about Tate with the effort there to get it inside the 5-yard line? That's the type of play that we needed. And now, inside the 5-yard line, we got a chance to punch it in there. 2nd and goal, inside the 1 still. Gonna audible Douglas over to the middle of the field because it looks like SMU sends the blitz. They do, and we get it out to Douglas, the superstar receiver for our squad. One of the best players that we have on this football team. Just tied the game for us. And you know what? We got that track meet that we are looking for. It's all knotted up at 14 apiece. As now our defense comes back out onto the field. And unfortunately, Blake Williams, one of the better quarterbacks in this conference, he gets all of the time in the world to make that play. So, I mean, again, got to generate some pressure because if he has time like this, we're going to have some problems. And again, all the time in the world. And now SMU is going to get a long touchdown pass. You literally cannot make this up. That's his 2nd receiving touchdown of this game. And again, Blake Williams all day to throw that football. Identified that one-on-one matchup on the outside, and our safety could not get over in time. Even misses on the tackle. So we're down 21-14, at least for the time being. But usually what I do for this series or for my NCAA dynasties, I like to simulate my special teams because I think it's easy to cheese on special teams at times, or at least it was for 14. So we simulate the kickoff, and our special teams actually comes through. So we got it all knotted up at 21 apiece. We're still in this game, but again, our defense has given up 21 points, 21 legitimate points, might I add. And now defense coming back out onto the field. Another possession for them. It's either been turnovers or it's been scoring plays. Can we force a punt? Something simple like that. That was something I'll be really enjoy at this moment. But now 2nd and inches as Blake Williams actually going to hand it off. A rare running play here for SMU as the tailback is going to take it out to the outside. Cheerleaders are absolutely loving it, but that's a first down for them. And again, 1st and 10. Williams looking over the middle of the field, gets it out, and is it another face mask? Please tell me that's not another face mask. It's going to be another face mask. Come on, guys. That's Zach Scott, who had that interception in the FCS game. Trying to make a play there, but unfortunately just makes it a lot worse. And SMU nearly going to score on the very next play. Dumps it right into the bucket. That is a dime if I've ever seen one. And that's 1st and goal now inside the 5-yard line. Can our defense hold it down? Hold them to a field goal. Williams to the right-hand side. Gets it out to the tailback. We make the tackle, but Miller might have gotten a taste of that face mask. Yep, they caught him. They're going to catch him on that face mask almost every single time. Not a great play by Sam Miller. And again, it's going to be 1st and goal. And just right on the 1-inch line, SMU, they get the push that they're looking for. And it's 28-21. It's been a very competitive game for both teams, really. But we'll see if our Memphis squad has 4 quarters of football capable enough to take down this SMU squad, because down 28-21, but Jackson comes down with an interception. Okay, baby, that's what we need. Offense could not get anything going on that following possession. It was a 3 and out. And now we got a chance to tie this game again, but we'll have to do it without our starting quarterback. Jesse Richards is hurt. He will be back on the next drive, but we got Mason out onto the field. He's our backup quarterback. We saw little bits and pieces of him in the FCS game. But now this is meaningful playing time. This is when the game is still close. 3rd and 8. Don't want to really risk anything with our backup quarterback. We're going to try to run it upfield, and Jones finds a little bit of space to work with, not a lot. He only manages to find a few yards there on the ground, so we'll settle for a field goal. It will cut it down to 4 points. Not completely what I wanted, but we will at least come away with points on this drive. That is the most important thing. We will get some points that we will be able to use to cut this deficit a little bit. And it was a decent drive, 5 plays, 23 yards. Just could not get that touchdown that we were looking for. And again, it falls on our defense. Defense has, been playing spirited. I would say, this is a very potent SMU football team. And they're being tested right now. Right now, they aren't being too demoralized, and Blake Williams hasn't completed all of his passes by any means. He's under 50%, but when he has completed his passes, they have been able to go deep downfield. And this could be one that goes deep. Down the sideline, couple broken tackles. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Plays like that Blake Williams just gets it out to the flat or in a soft spot in the zone, should only be 5 to 10 yard gains at the most, and instead it turns into big gains because apparently we forgot how to tackle, even though we're a Division I football team. Riddle me that, right? But we do get him to a 3rd and 10, and unfortunately Blake Williams able to digest our zone. That actually puts him over 300 yards on the day. We still got another half of football left to play, and he's already got 300 yards passing, and they will pass the football yet again. But, hey, we do at least force them to possibly settle for a field goal. We'll see how aggressive SMU truly wants to be. And, okay, they do settle for the field goal after all. So, nice job by our defense. They certainly bent in that situation, but they're not going to break. They're not going to break that easily. And that's what we need to do. 13 play, 66-yard drive for SMU. Ends in a field goal. But I think that's what we're going to have to do. I don't want to play them straight up because SMU just has the better athletes than we do, right? But one thing that we can do, once we get into the red zone, get some stops in the red zone, and we go from there. Try to get our offense back into this game. Probably will need to score 50+ to win this game, if I'm being real. It just has that kind of feel. But 3rd and long, we do get him into a long 3rd down once again. We send a blitz, but the blitz does not get home remotely in time, and Blake Williams makes us pay for it. Going to go over the top, and it's another huge 1st down for the Mustangs. And right where we're in that critical spot, red zone opportunity, and Blake Williams delivers. Touchdown, SMU. That's another score for the Mustangs. Just a little wheel route that bamboozled our corner. 38-24 now going to be your score. And after another failed possession by our guys on offense, it really is starting to feel like this game is beginning to slip away as we are starting to see our offense, or not our offense, our defense just getting absolutely torn apart. Blake Williams gets the school record for passing yards in a game. for SMU standards. He's at 468 passing yards. You literally cannot make this up. And he's going to build off of that. Another huge play downfield. That's going to take Blake Williams to roughly 500 yards through the air. It does. 506. And he is not even completing half of his passes. Again, it's been all or nothing with Blake Williams. But it's been working. It really has been working. And it's going to continue to happen unless we can get wisened up on our zone coverage. Williams drops back again, drops it over the middle of the field, but, oh, dang it. Another flag. Is going to be yet another flag here. It's a face mask on Isaiah Johnson. He was burnt on that wheel route. That did lead to an earlier touchdown, and that does lead to a 15-yard penalty. Another red zone chance for SMU, who looks over the middle. This time we deflect it away, so the defense will hold it up this time around. We will get them to settle for a field goal, but like I said 50 plus was going to be what we need to win this game. We are not remotely close to 50 plus, but SMU surely is. 48-24, about to be your score after a 9-play, 70-yard drive. So we have no more room to mess around. 6 minutes left in this game. Still down by 24. Richards in the shotgun. SMU does send the blitz. Got one-on-one coverage on the outside. We get it out to Michael Douglas for the first down. And that was a first down that we needed badly, that I'm happy that we got. Another 1st and 10 coming, trying to get to the first down marker. Throwing it up quickly to Pittman, and Pittman almost punches it into the end zone. Can't quite squeeze it in there. Thought we were going to have a walk-in touchdown, but zone coverage was pretty deceptive. Still found a way to fit it in. And we also fit in a way to get Tristan Hale into the end zone. Touchdown, Memphis! And the Tigers, we got down to 3 possessions. Going to be a 18-point game there. But if we can get this 2-point conversion to go, then it will be a 2-score game. And after that, could get really interesting from there. So Rich is going to go ahead. It's going to be a toss play to the right-hand side. It actually works. William Jones finds the end zone. The 2-point conversion is going to be good. So with 5:40 left to play in this football game, a nice free play, 28-yard drive, courtesy of our special teams unit. Shout out to them and the work they're doing for sure. And that's something that I would like to see in the next EA college football game as well. We need some special team coordinators, because when we see interim head coaches, typically they do happen to be guys that work with special teams, that work with a diversity of guys. So something to look out for, something I would like to see, but you know, I'm just a messenger, right? As now, 2nd and 10, SMU trying to pick up yet another first down. They are going to pick it up off of the halfback screen. That's going to be good for a first down. So now, 3rd and short once again. And no surprises here. SMU, they're going to go with a 5-wide set, trying to float it up into the end zone. Actually wasn't a terrible idea, trying to get it up to Stan Green, who also has the single game record for most receiving yards in a single game. But we do at least hold them to a field goal, but they will put up a 50-burger up against us, and we just couldn't recover. I mean, we played really well for a half. We were right there in the first half, and then unfortunately in that second half, they were able to pull away and make this win possible for them. So, shoot out to them. But listen, though, even though we lost our first conference game, I'm really proud of how these guys played for the most part. Last time that we played a team close to SMU's standard, we lost by 40 plus, and we were able to stay with them for a half. Now, second half, they did end up pulling away, unfortunately. It is what it is, but I really like how this team went out there and compete today. Now, for our guys, Jesse Richardson ends up with 14 for 39, 282 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. That completion percentage is really well, but that was because we had to take a bunch of deep shots, given how far we were out of this game and how fast SMU was scoring. We could not get a run game going at all, though. That was a big problem for us. when your leading rusher has 10 yards, you're not going to win a lot of football games. So we really got to have some balance in terms of trying to go out there and having a decent, consistent offense day in and day out. But that being said, though, the receivers had a really big day, and that big day was led by James Pittman. He had 5 catches for 134 yards. He also had a touchdown, so a big performance for him. Anthony Douglas was also able to find a way to get into the end zone as well. And then we even saw Tristan Hale find the end zone too. He had 3 for 53 in this one. And finally, this defense, I don't know what to say about this defense, right? So they gave up 50 points. That's not good by any stretch of the imagination, but they created multiple turnovers and that helped us stay in this game a little bit longer than we were last time around. So there is that. There's some bright spots on this defense, Vince Tate being one of them. 8 solo tackles, 3 assists, 3 TFLs. Did have an interception that was almost taken to the crib as well. Sam Miller was also active in this game. True freshman, by the way. He had 9 total tackles in this game, so I like his potential moving forward. Unfortunately for us, did not create a single sack today. No one got to this quarterback. Blake Williams, he was able to have all day to throw the football, and we cannot win like that, especially considering he was one of the best quarterbacks that we'll see in this conference. The other person that I saw get an interception, though, was Julian Jackson, so shout out to him. Again, defense created a couple of turnovers today. We even got a forced fumble. It was Andrew Owens on special teams that's put us up in a decent spot. So we got 3 turnovers in the game, right? I can't be mad at it. Just we need to recruit some guys. We got to get some better players in the building so that we can compete with these better teams in our conference. So we're already a third of the way through the season, and we got a decent record. Actually, ideally where I wanted to be, 2-2, but we got to keep the focus. We got to keep the fight, because winning games is going to be the only way that we're going to be bringing in the players that we need in order to accomplish what we eventually want to accomplish, right? So next episode, we will continue Conference USA action. We will take on Mid-Tennessee State on the road. They have not won a single game yet, but given the talent that we have on this team right now, like I said, we cannot take any team for granted, but I would love to take care of business on the road against Mid-Tennessee State. We are undefeated on the road, fun fact of the day. But all things considered, I hope you enjoyed this little doubleheader, and if you did, make sure you go ahead, smack that like button for me, hit that subscribe button as well if you do happen to be brand new to the channel. This is John J Gaming on the mic signing off, but I'm hoping you're all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.